The arrests of 9 people in Snohomish County for alleged hate crimes have brought into sharp focus what some are calling a dangerous trend in this country. That is the rise in acts of hate against others based on race, religion, or sexual orientation. Now, KIRO 7's Deborah Horn is here with new information on one of these recent attacks that happened at a Linwood bar.
Monique, in all, 8 people were arrested early Saturday morning in that alleged attack. 2 days earlier, a Monroe man was arrested for social media posts threatening to attack a school and/or a synagogue. Those who study hate say these incidents are troubling, but not a surprise. So then you do get calls from people telling you about the hate crimes and that sort of thing?
Yeah, we get calls and emails really every day from members of our local community.
We met Mary Cypers in the Seattle office of the Anti-Defamation League soon after we witnessed this.
This is the 1 o'clock call, starting with the Northcraft matter.
A second day of court appearances for 9 people accused of hate crimes in just 5 days in Snohomish County. Would you call it a trend toward more acts of hate?
I would definitely say we are seeing a climate consistently over the past year where hate incidents and hate crimes are increasing, perhaps even skyrocketing nationwide.
And she says the Pacific Northwest is no exception.
I think having lived in a lot of different places in the United States, seeing how active white supremacist groups are in this area and their long history here is shocking and very disturbing.
Indeed, the 8 suspects arrested near the Rec Room Bar and Grill allegedly attacked an African-American DJ and the son of the Filipino-American owner on so-called Martyr Day for white supremacists. The day back in 1984 that Robert J. Matthews, founder of the neo-Nazi group The Order, was gunned down by federal agents outside a home on Whidbey Island. Jason Baum said he knew nothing of the group's history, but he decried what they allegedly did at his family-owned bar.
For lack of better terms, it was terrifying and chaotic.
As it happens, all but 2 of the suspects inside his family's bar are from out of state.
This is Mr. Reed.
But 22-year-old Dakota Reed is from Monroe. His mother looked on as a Snohomish County judge set his bail at $50,000. He was arrested last Thursday after police discovered social media posts threatening to attack a synagogue and a school and found weapons at his home.
A woman's home in West Seattle vandalized with large red writing Jew on her home.
Cypers can recite from memory the incidents the ADL has been tracking here in just the last couple of weeks. She says they can't state definitively what is causing the rise in hate crimes. After all, Washington State does have strict hate crime laws on the books.
But I certainly think more can always be done to better train law enforcement and to better educate elected officials about their roles and responsibilities.
And Cypher says all of us need to join in the effort to stem the tide of hate. Deborah Horn, KIRO 7 News.
Today, a jury recommended a life sentence for the white nationalist convicted of killing 32-year-old Heather Heyer. Nearly 40 others were seriously injured after James Fields Jr. plowed his car into a crowd of counter-protesters at a Unite the Right rally in Charlottesville, Virginia last year. Fields' actions and the images of white nationalists marching with torches stunned and shocked the nation. Now racial rhetoric and hate crimes are becoming all too common. CNN's Sarah Seidner has this update on the state of hate in this country.
It is as if Pandora's box has been opened and hate is spilling out. In Aventura, Florida, police say Nadim Siddiqui was caught on camera smashing a bottle of wine at the Kosher Kingdom store. And this wasn't his only offense.
Just caused a lot of problem and people get scared, so we're so happy that they finally got him.
Police say Siddiqui is charged with a hate crime because he's shown a pattern of targeting Jewish people, knocking down a menorah in another building, and making hateful comments when confronted.
He made comments of 6 million dead wasn't enough.
What used to be held silently in the minds of some Americans is now being verbalized publicly. And statistics show being carried out with violent acts more frequently in the last couple of years.
No, Your Honor.
Just in the past couple of weeks, the incidents are piling up. Perhaps the most violent in Snohomish County, Washington. 7 men and 1 woman arrested. Police say they viciously attacked a black disc jockey while yelling racial slurs as he was simply trying to entertain folks at a bar. The sheriff said an Asian employee was also attacked when he tried to help the DJ. Police say it turns out the suspects are avowed members of a violent neo-Nazi group. Police say 2 of the suspects have criminal records.
Jews will not replace us!
The Southern Poverty Law Center says one of the suspects took part in the 2017 white nationalist Unite the Right rally in Charlottesville, Virginia. That rally turned violent, ending in murder and mayhem after James Alex Fields rammed his car into a group of people protesting hate. A jury convicted Fields just last week and today decided his sentence on 10 criminal charges against him, including the murder of 32-year-old paralegal Heather Heyer. Heyer's mother sat through the entire trial.
Justice has him where he needs to be, and my daughter is still not here, and the other survivors still have their wounds to deal with.
But the darkness of hate continues to sweep across the country. The plots in 2 separate cases in Ohio are chilling, federal investigators say. 1 month after the deadliest anti-Semitic attack in America carried out in Pittsburgh, they say Damon Joseph planned a similar attack on a synagogue in Toledo.
Mr. Joseph pursued a detailed and calculated plan to strike synagogues in the Toledo area.
Investigators say a woman was behind a plot to blow up a pipeline. Elizabeth Lacron used social media to heap praise on the Columbine killers and racist murderer Dylan Roof. Even on college campuses, racist tirades are gaining more and more attention. This happened at Columbia University.
We built modern civilization. White people are the best thing that ever happened to the world.
A student who in a statement says he's not a racist and does not hate anyone. But he goes off on a group of students because of his distaste for the overuse of the term white privilege and similar divisive rhetoric as a means of dismissing views of others. And yet,
we're white men! We did everything!
Sarah Seidner joins me now. Sarah, hello to you. There's been a major spike in hate crimes over the past 2 years, even on college campuses. Why are we seeing it more with young people?
You know, it's a good question. One of the things that's happened on college campuses when you talk to the groups that study this and have been studying this for many decades is that there is serious recruitment going on college campuses and through social media. There have been flyers that have been put up, and actually just today at the State University of New York Purchase campus, a student has been charged with a hate crime for putting up Nazi posters that have swastikas on them and putting up at a time when Jews are celebrating Hanukkah. That happened just today, but there have been plenty of other flyering incidents across campuses, across the country. And certainly on social media, some of these groups are trying to entice those who they think may start feeling threatened, if you will, by students of color. So it's interesting to note that there is a lot of recruitment going on. And we should also mention another hate crime that has happened. The 5th attack on a Jehovah's Witness Kingdom Hall in Washington State. That particular attack was an arson that police say has happened several times. There have been 5 different attacks on Jehovah's Witness Kingdom Halls, and police are saying, yes, these are hate crimes. They have not so far found a suspect, but in one of those attacks, a suspect shot up one of those halls 30 times. The violence is increasing if you look at the numbers from the FBI, and anyone who looks at those numbers can easily say, look, these numbers are not the actual numbers of what's happening out there. There happen to be many more. Sometimes people don't report them, and sometimes police departments don't report hate crimes to the FBI, which is how the FBI gets its numbers, Dawn.
It's sad. Sarah, we appreciate your reporting. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.